Welcome to Success in Medicine. I'm Dr. Samir Desai. From time to time in this podcast, we like to spend some time answering burning questions submitted to us by our listeners. So today we have a question submitted by Lisa, who is a listener in Brooklyn, and she is wondering if medical schools ever revoke or rescind admissions offers. So in other words, if you've been accepted to medical school, can the school turn around and take that offer away? And this is a very timely question because you may have heard that Harvard University recently rescinded the acceptances of 10 students who were to be part of their class of 2021. The reason for withdrawing their offers of admissions had to do with the students sharing unprofessional memes. These memes contained sexually explicit or racially insensitive messages. One meme Facebook group was titled Harvard Memes for Horny Bourgeois Teens. In another group, members made fun of sexual assault and shared jokes about minority groups. Once Harvard got wind of this activity, they rescinded the acceptances of these students. So if colleges can rescind acceptances, what about medical schools? Can a medical school acceptance be revoked? The answer is an emphatic yes. Why might schools rescind an offer? I'll share 6 major reasons with you. Reason number 1, poor academic performance after submitting your application. Poor academic performance can be due to many factors, but a common reason is college senioritis. You may remember going through senioritis as a high school student. That can certainly happen in college too. Your desire to do well may wane as you count down the weeks and days to graduation. Before you know it, you're staying up late to party, cutting classes, and not studying like you used to. This can easily wreak havoc on your academic record, and the consequences can be significant, including withdrawal of your medical school offer. How bad do you have to perform academically to concern your medical school? At the University of Virginia School of Medicine, a grade of D or below will trigger a reevaluation of your application. But even a grade of C requires a written explanation. How will the school know? Well, schools expect that you will keep them informed of concerning issues from the time of your acceptance until the time that you matriculate. They'll know because you'll be required to submit an official transcript before you matriculate into medical school. Reason number 2, failure to notify medical schools of institutional disciplinary action. If you are the recipient of any institutional disciplinary action, you must inform the admissions office. Why does this matter to medical schools? Because they fear that your disciplinary action could be a predictor of future problems during medical school and then later as a practicing physician. Is there any evidence to support this? I'm not aware of any direct links between unprofessional behavior in college and then later as a physician. That subject simply hasn't been studied to the best of my knowledge. But we do have evidence to indicate that unprofessional behavior in medical school may be a possible predictor of future disciplinary action as a physician. Let me share with you one study. Researchers examined the medical school records of 235 graduates of 3 medical schools. What was notable about these graduates? Every one of these graduates had been disciplined by one of 40 state medical boards over a 13-year period. When researchers looked back at how these graduates did in medical school, what they found was that disciplined physicians were 3 times more likely to have had deficiencies in professionalism documented in medical school when compared with control groups. Given the results of this research, you can see why disciplinary action during college would concern medical schools. Although disciplinary action can be grounds for an offer being withdrawn, you will have the opportunity to state your case should you ever find yourself in this position. Schools generally allow students to provide an explanation, and that explanation may help you keep your spot in the medical school class. Disclosing the disciplinary action before the school finds out about it some other way is in your best interests. But if you don't inform them and they learn of it later, they can rescind the offer. According to the medical school at Virginia Tech University, failure to notify may result in withdrawal of the offer or even dismissal at any time during your academic program. Reason number 3, legal or criminal proceedings. If legal or criminal proceedings are filed against you before matriculation, you must inform the admissions office. This is per the words found in the AMCAS instruction manual, which reads, "You must inform the admissions offices of each school to which you apply if you are convicted of or plead guilty or no contest to a misdemeanor crime or worse after the date of submission of your application and prior to your medical school matriculation. Your communication to each school must be in writing and occur within 10 business days of the occurrence of the criminal charge or conviction." Remember that you will have a criminal background check, which will reveal the information. Therefore, it's best to disclose it first. The AAMC has provided some recommendations to its member schools about how to handle criminal background checks. They indicate that the final decision about the candidate's place in medical school should be made only after a careful review. And they encourage the schools to consider a variety of factors, including the nature, circumstances, and frequency of the offense, the length of time that has passed since the offense took place, evidence of documented successful rehabilitation, and the accuracy of the information provided by the applicant in his or her application materials. So obviously this is a complex situation. If you find yourself in this situation, you must put together a team of individuals with experience in this area, because you will have a chance to state your case and explain the circumstances. Reason number 4, failure to complete all bachelor degree requirements, post-bac requirements, graduate degree requirements, or prerequisites. With regards to prerequisites, in general, you don't have to complete all required pre-medical coursework at the time you apply, but prerequisites do need to be completed prior to matriculation. Your offer could be withdrawn if you don't complete the expected pre-medical courses. Per Johns Hopkins University, until a successful completion of the prerequisites, acceptance is considered conditional. Reason number 5, application misrepresentation. Some applicants have found their offers withdrawn because of misrepresentation on the application. If the criminal background check reveals information that you did not list in your AMCAS application, it's grounds for the medical school to revoke your offer. Several years ago, the Office of Health Professions Advising at Duke University encountered a situation where a student had falsified information on the medical school application. This was discovered after the medical school had accepted him into their class. The school decided to rescind the offer 2 weeks before the start of classes. Reason number 6, if you fail to communicate with the school in a timely fashion, your offer could be withdrawn. Generally, after an acceptance letter is sent, you have a certain number of days or weeks to respond to that offer. For example, applicants to the Duke University MD-PhD program have to provide a statement of intent, which is due 21 days after the date of the school's admission letter. The program writes, the school reserves the right to rescind offers to applicants who do not submit the statement of intent within the 21-day period. Problems with communication of this sort are more common when students hold offers of acceptances from multiple schools. You're allowed to hold multiple acceptances until the end of April. But after that, you have to select a single school and withdraw from other schools. This does not include schools at which you are on the wait list. How can medical schools find out if you're holding multiple acceptances? acceptances are reported to AMCAS, and then AMCAS makes the data available to all admissions officers. So there you have it. 6 reasons why a medical school may rescind or revoke an applicant's admissions offer. Certainly not a situation that you want to find yourself in, and I hope that this podcast will provide you with the information needed to prevent such situations. But if you do find yourself in a difficult situation of this sort, definitely consult with experts who've encountered such situations in medical school applicants before. So in closing, I want to thank you for joining me here at the Success in Medicine podcast. And as a reminder, we're adding content all the time at our website, thesuccessfulmatch.com. So I encourage you to visit with us there. Until next time, I'm Dr. Samir Desai.